What's up, guys? Psycho Josie here, or Joey. Hope everyone's doing well. This is a different type of video. Um, the topic at hand, the fear of working, because it's possibly some of your guys' fears too. It's been one of my fears as long as I could remember, ever since I was like 16, knowing, closer and closer to hitting 18 and 19, 20, and the pressures of working or being educationally sound, I guess, with college or graduating high school, at least. But I couldn't even. I left school because of me giving into laziness, basically. Although, me quitting school at 15 years old, 16, I believe I just turned 16, and that was how I was legally able to, with, I guess, the sign off of my parents signing me out of school. Looking back on it, not good. Had I stayed in school maybe a little bit longer, I would have been maybe more well off in this world. Who knows? I don't even do the whole like, oh, if only I did this, it would be so much better. Maybe if I get really in my head or depressed, I do go down those rabbit holes that you can't really return from. So it's just don't think in that way. Just try your best to be positive, even if it's not a time to be positive. Just try to find something good out of even a bad outcome, like, or circumstance. But yeah, so pressures of world around us. Maybe it's different in certain states or even outside of the US, but I feel like we're pressured to do things like very quick. Like the world almost is almost already perceiving that you're going to be working at 15 and getting your license the minute you turn 16, or doing this and doing that, and having a wife and kids at 25, or just all of these American beliefs and just this belief system, I guess, that you must do this at time, or if you don't do this, you are outcast, and you're gonna be trouble down the line. And it can sometimes, not sometimes, I assume with my generation especially, we're very emotional, we're very sensitive. A lot of my generation are, because just how it is. Maybe social media plays a role in that, or just how we are raised, and just the climate and the environment that we surround ourselves in. And it's very similar in all states here in the United States. It's pretty similar. However, if you have a good family and if you have a strong understanding of, where you want to go in life and what you want to do, you can't really be all emotional. Um, but if you are pressured by society in this country, and if you do fall in line with, you know, being a bit late to the party, if you want to call it that, with education or with working, with driving, with having a girl in your life or, a family, starting out a family, um, you can do all these at your own pace. You can do all of these things at your own pace. Obviously, if you want all of those things, because you want a family or not. You just want to stay in college or work hard, save up for something, or buy a nice house, have a nice studio, um, endeavor in any talents or gifts that God has given you, or any of us. We're all different, um, drastically different sometimes. So I'm 25 years old, and just lately I've been working, and it's not even like every day. It's not even 8 hours a day. It's not like a 9 to 5 type job, and it's still not insanely hard. It's not, but having I believe I have autism. Check off all the boxes. Uh, I know myself now that I can safely say that I suffer, or not suffer, because again, I hate, oh, I suffer from this, pity me. Um, it is nice to know when you then find out what you believed you had this whole time, but you didn't want to go in down the rabbit hole. You didn't want to Google and this and that, because it could be anything. Um, but I had a moment happen in my life recently, and I got this beautiful email from just a stranger, absolute beautiful stranger that I probably will never meet in real life, but I believe his name is Jeff, and it almost made me tear up, his email, because it reassured me that I'm not alone, and he suffers, or he has some sort of form of autism, or Asperger's, Aspies, and I felt like I just felt always just different, not in a good way at all, but now I look at it, it is a good way. It is a superpower, I have a good memory for the most part. I can be very forgetful from time to time, but with autism, you can have really good memory. You could be very talented at something. Um, and sadly, there's different types of autism. There's the severity of it in terms of if you can operate alone, if you can live life alone, or, in some cases, there's people who have autism who need someone always with them to monitor them, to help them. I don't feel like I fit in that category, although I do rely on my parents because I don't drive. Um, I get like heaps and heaps of anxiety with driving, knowing that I'm in this big chunk of metal that I could kill or hurt someone else or myself. Um, I really don't want to step in a vehicle and take that risk just because of um, just how uh, not confident, unconfident I am with that. I'm very confident with like driving like bikes, ATVs, um, but there's less stress with ATVs and going off road in like a huge field or in the woods. But when you're on a road and there's so many things that you have to do and you have to be so precise, it is very stressful. So being 25 and a half already, and I don't know when I'll even attempt to get into a vehicle. Um, but back on the subject at hand, working. Thank God, thank the Lord that my father and I have the same job. So we go into work at the same time. So he's the driver. And for now, that's very beneficial. But, I know one day I'm going to have to be a big boy and, you know, do much more than what I have been doing lately. And that in itself is, it's a bit stressful. But I think that's all of us. I think we're all thinking about the present, where we are now, and thinking about what we have to do in the future to basically just evolve and advance. And I'm the type of person who just loves simplicity. I just love order. I love boring discipline because I just love a rhythm. Um, for example, um, 2 years ago, 2024, the whole summer of 2024, all I did every single day, I did the same thing. I would wake up, have my coffee, eat my peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and banana, and I would just work out for like 4 hours. Take my cold shower at night, and then go out for a walk, come back, make like 4 meals, eat it all up, and then sleep. That's all I would do. Rinse and repeat for the whole summer. Um, the most disciplined I've ever been in my life. Um, and I yearn for that. And lately, I've been um, kind of forcing myself to be in that rhythm again because even with work, I'm still able to find time for myself, regardless of me working for a couple hours a day. It will be a no. It's actually going to stay to every other day, which is good. But it's going to get harder, and you know, it's in a environment. It's in an environment. Is that whatever? It's at a place where I don't fit in at all because it's with literally policemen and women. Um, I'm basically like a janitor. I love to clean, and that's what I wanted for my first job. But being it my first job, and I have to clean bathrooms and um, anything, dusting, vacuuming, taking out the trash at a in an environment that is so um, intimidating. But then you understand that we're all human. Cops are human, and you just treat them with respect, and they'll treat you with respect. That's just it. But I tend to beat myself up with with my confidence and with having autism and anxiety. Um, and I don't want to be labeled all these things and looked at differently. Maybe that's why I never really spoke about it much, because I don't want people to look at poor Joey because I have all these problems. So, I'll go easy on you and I'll wear these kid gloves to talk to you. It's because I've been through that. I've been through so many instances where I'm not doing well. And because I'm vocalizing that I'm not doing well, people are treating me differently. And um, I can vocalize about my problems, but I don't want special treatment, if that makes sense. You can still vocalize about your problems only to vocalize how you're feeling, not to have someone say, well, you need help, or, um, you know, any of the sort, that it makes you feel like someone is treating you differently just because they know that you're not doing the best. But you can try your best, regardless of having any mental issues or even physical issues. Just try. That's all I can say. Just try. And we all have our limits. You can heighten your limits, though. You can maximize and evolve as a person, but there's always going to be this cap off. And when you know that cap off, you process it. You process the cap off, and you go from there. Or whatever makes the most sense to you. But I used to be, I try to be still disciplined. Um, I struggle with a lot of addictions. Um, I never really opened up about my masturbation addiction, but yeah, I jerk off a lot. Being a boy, I mean, that's just instilled in us to come and to jerk off and to just enjoy the pleasure that it brings all of us. But um, I take advantage of it. And I come from a family who we are heavily addicted to something. Like, it's just in my genetics to be hooked on something. So ever since I was 12, I've had an ongoing addiction. And I've experimented with doing NoFap for 38 days, over a month. Over a month. And I can tell you, there's magic to it. There's something. Maybe it's not like game changing, but if you suffer from some sort of porn addiction, I've quit porn for 3 years now. I can't watch it. Watched it recently just to see how how much joy it brought me back then, and that's still there. The drive is still there. So I know I can't do it. I can't do porn. I mean, I could do porn. I can't watch porn. I really mean that, by the way. TMI. But woohoo. But so yeah, I have addictions. So I just want to be more on the money with what I want to do. Transfer that dopamine rush that I would normally get from doing that to my path in life, my passions, learning things, working even harder than what I have been doing, um, just putting it to real productive use than wasting it on just feel good in the moment for a second feelings. I don't want that anymore. And if anyone is watching this video, and you're probably thinking, Joe, you're talking about many different topics right now. You're not talking about just working. What does this all have to do with working? Um, Having a clearer drive, a clearer headspace, clearer focus on what you want to do. And there's no interruptions. There's no, oh, I gotta masturbate because I have an addiction. Or, oh, I have so many things to be a part of and to put my time into it. And, just so many tabs are opened. And you just want to X them all out and reboot your computer, or just shell out some money for RAM these days. little joke there. Because prices are through the roof with RAM. But you want to just be on a path that you can be happy on, to be on. You can be happy to walk on, and you're so happy that you don't even need to look back and see your old footprints in the path. You don't need to do that. Just keep on walking because you've been walking for a while. And you don't want any interruptions. You don't want any addictions, anyone bothering you, any substances, any distractions. Because you know what you want. And if you guys don't know what you want, you have something. You have something to give. You have something to give to the world. And you have, all of you guys, you all have a superpower. Now, sometimes we don't use our superpower. Sometimes we neglect it. And I feel like I've neglected my superpower. And I know I'm not the only one. We are our own worst critic. We critique a lot about each other, but we critique ourselves much more. We judge others and stuff all the time. That's just what we do. I do that all the time, and it's wrong. Just focus on yourself. And now I focus on me, focus on my self-love. I focus on the relationship I have with Jesus, with God. And I continue to hopefully make him happy, make myself happy, make myself feel something than what I have been feeling last I would say like 2 years, almost. So, it goes back to working. Even if it's a job that you don't want to really do, but you know that it pays well or it's something at least, remember that. It's something. It's something. Because it could be nothing in another world, or, you know, in another reality. Maybe you didn't want to work and you lost a opportunity, because they come and go. But I mean, there's always windows, but they come and go. They do. And I let a lot of ships come and go. But recently I've kind of held on a little bit. And I actually got on the fucking ship. With working. Nothing else, really. But just find those small wins and be blessed. Be, and this is coming from someone who I never thought I could make it, even working 2 hours a day every other day. Something so laid back in comparison to how most people work. I have it pretty easy. But, me looking at the world in such a weird lens, I'm so much more dramatic than what, Timmy down the street thinks, because we're just all different. And I thank God, because I wouldn't be here if he wasn't in my life. I would not be here if it wasn't for him. I physically would not be here. These things stick with you. And you can be a part of other people's lives and worlds, but if you're not a part of your world, if you're not in your own world, while you're taking so much time for others, and you're willingly able or wanting to do it, this isn't like you're tricked into doing it. You're choosing to be a part of other people's lives, but you suffer. If you don't manage yourself more, or if you don't prioritize your life more. And I'm coming from a little bit of experience, mainly a year ago, but this year it's been kind of the same. And we all hurt people. But I just hope people understand it. And if they don't, well, they weren't meant to. They weren't meant to. So, I'm blessed. And I hope you guys feel blessed too. Because all of us can be blessed. It's pretty easy to be blessed. to feel happy. You just gotta have just something in your life that's a positive. Um, whether it be working out, that's what I do. I've been working out like a dog. I love it. It sucks because I have this condition called POTS, long COVID, and it revolves around your nervous system. So when I work out, sometimes my body looks at that like anxiety. Doesn't happen as much, but POTS is sucky. It hits me sometimes, comes in waves, and it used to be way worse before I worked out. But when I was at my lowest 3 years ago, POTS was literally killing me. Long COVID is a bitch. Thank you, China. This whole world is so different now because of COVID. We will never forget that. The amount of people that died. It's awful. But we live for them. And that's why it's not that hard to be blessed. You know, if you live for someone who has moved on, you honor them, that's something, right? That's a lot right there. So you combine that with being disciplined, having some work ethic, trying to be more social, even if it pains you to be, even if you need to sleep in more because of that anxiousness, that crazy headache you get after being angsty. I know that. But I had this weird notion a couple years back that my life is over because I feel like I can't contribute to normal society because I know deep down I'm just not your average Joe E. As in with not being able to be social as naturally as most people. Even though us humans were naturally social creatures. Me? Mm-mm. Even though I have my times where I'm enjoying it. But that comes and goes very quick. I'm able to handle that stress a whole lot better comparing myself to a couple years ago. But it's still not good. It's still not anywhere near what I would like it to be. But I just hang in there. I try my best. But yeah. Certainly my shortcoming. One of my shortcomings. Social. I'm pretty awkward sometimes, but this is where this comes in to my world. This has been in my world for years, ever since I was 8 years old. So, maybe I am social, just differently. And I'm so gassy right now. I'm not going to fart on video. So, with that being said, I'm going to end this video so I can do my business. Not this. Again, learning to resist the urges, the cravings, And that goes to anything. Apply that to anything. You want to lose weight, limit your intake with food, with eating. Have a good diet. Um, you want to get into better shape. Do 100 push-ups a day, every other day. Increase that. Do other exercises. Go out for walks. You want to learn something. We got Google AI. You can search up anything. Just read it on your phone. We got the future. And we're blessed. So let's utilize what we have for good instead of being depressed because we're too in our heads with, oh, I can't succeed, or, oh, da 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 da. It's never too late until it's too late. But if anyone is watching this video and somehow you found me and I found you, hello. and thank you for being here. But I like being really honest on video because YouTube sometimes can be a platform where people just post kind of stupid type videos and nonsensical type content. I'm pretty much an open book until it gets very deep, and have to kind of call it. I have to cut it off at some point with that. But just don't quit. Literally, just don't quit. No matter what you're going through. I have my bad days. I'll always have my bad days. I've been sleeping in lately, being depressed. Stupidly. I missed a couple days of work, and lately I kind of woke myself up. Literally, I woke myself up and I'm like, I'm going to work. I'm not gonna be this victim. I'm not gonna be this woe is me, pity me, because I have problems. We all do. You guys do. You guys know yourselves more than I know you. So you guys know your story. And keep reading that book. And keep reading mine. That was a bit cheesy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm losing my voice because I've been talking for 38 minutes. I love to talk. And it's always at a really bad time when I need to unwind. I promise. Pinky promise. Lord. That's all. That's all I'm saying right now. But well, I'll say a little bit more. If anyone is depressed, you're battling your demons, you feel like there's no way out. When you hang on, God will show you the way. He will show you why He chose you to then be the best version of yourself. Again, I would not be here. I was basically on my way out. I was near death 3 years ago. And I was a young kid. I still am young. But I had no skills to process what I was doing to myself. And when you're 22 years old, most 22-year-olds don't know what they're doing. And I did not know what I was doing. It was getting scary. Like, really, really scary. I just wanted to leave. Felt like there's no way out. I'm at bedrock. And I just, I don't, that's why I say I don't know how I did it. That's why you just have to try. You just have to keep holding on. If you have that 1 or 2 bad days, keep holding on. Next day will be much better. But if you give up now, you're not going to see that better day. If you quit now, you're not going to see a tomorrow of beauty. And I urge you guys to just keep going. Seriously. Little Joey, the motivational speaker right there. I don't know if, I said anything right, 41 minutes, but I just wanted to give a couple cents to you guys. So back to working. The topic. It's beautiful. It gives you much more purpose. It funds financially your passions, your goals, your dreams. And it gets you on a clearer path. Especially if you save up your money. If you're really good with your money. I'm not. Though, I have yet to get paid. And I'm hanging in there. But it's kind of pissing me off. But so be it. I'll turn the other cheek. But I was gonna fart. I'm not farting. Gross. So, yeah, with that being said, I love you guys. And thank you for listening. And if you somehow enjoyed it, it's beautiful me talking for almost the length of a movie, then leave a like. See, my farts literally just sound like just they're not like that was fake, but that other one was real. Yeah. I have like a tummy ache right now. I ate too much food. I'm gross. I want to bulk up. So, wow. I'll stop talking. I love you guys. And a thumbs up. Tap on your nipple for good luck. What? And yeah, I'm just a bit zesty right now. So yeah, I love you guys. And more videos on the way.